experience in studying Jacoby. Do you feel like he is playing better now than at any other point in his career, or do you feel like perhaps maybe he's just so well suited to this offense and he's flourishing in it, or kind of what's going on with
Yeah,
him?
no, I think it's a combination of both, really. I see a lot of the similarities in his play in previous years. He's really good with the football, makes good decisions, throws it accurately. I think our system does benefit him, allows us to use, him under center, play action, things that suit his play style. But playing really well right now. Just want to keep maintaining that consistency.
Got Njoku going, is it Harrison Bryant's turn, or?
The ball finds the open guy, so it's just a matter of staying true to the read at the quarterback position and going through your progressions, and it'll find the open player. It just happened to be David a lot last week, which is a good thing for us. Amari recently as well.
Vision of Brissett's ceiling in this system, or are you waiting to find out how productive he could be?
We're just looking for consistent play each week. I thought he's done a great job this season so far. Don't really put ceilings or bottoms on anybody. They come out and play, and we'll go from there. But you know how I am. I don't ever like to make eye contact when guys are playing well, so we just keep it at that, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing and stay consistent.
Seem to be like zipping the ball though against the Steelers. Is that a confidence thing, or is he more comfortable? Or
Yeah, no, I think there's definitely a confidence thing when you're throwing it accurately and really well. You're feeling really good about your reads and the plays that are being called. So yes.
The other thing that looks different about him the last two games is quicker setup, quicker decisions. Is that accurate? Do you see that?
I think so. I think it's just getting confidence in the game plan, knowing exactly where to go with the ball versus what coverages. He's been doing it for a long time now, so there's not many defenses that fool him. So, pre-snap, he has a good feel of where he's going to go with the football, and it allows him to play fast.
His comfort level in this offense, has he been around long enough and seen enough that, like, if he wants a lot of empty in the game plan, you guys are like, let's give him empty? I mean, is he really having a large say in what he's
For
doing?
sure. There's things each day in each meeting that he'll make a suggestion that, we run it up the chain. Obviously, Kevin's in our meetings as well. We're all in there, so everything is, great communication. And if there's something that the quarterback, no matter who it is, sees and likes, generally the coach is going to say, okay, let's get that going, because if you feel good about it, I know you'll see it in the game. So, yeah, he's very interactive with the plan.
Our third year with you and Bill Callahan, and of course, and Kevin. Is the run blocking more precise now than it was even in the first 2 years? And if so, could you kind of expound on that?
Yeah, no, I think it is. I think that's a strength of ours. A lot of it has to do with coaching. A lot of it has to do with scheme. A lot of it has to do with having good players up front. So a combination of those three things, we've gotten better each year. We're running the ball well right now. But it's really a tribute to those guys up front and the runners, tight ends included, or receivers block in the run game. They don't shy away from anybody. The big run that got us going against the Steelers, both our receivers came down and cracked linebackers in the box and didn't flinch. So it's all hands on deck in the run game. I think obviously we have the good players that help.
The first game, in terms of Jacoby's composure and the poise he's been playing with, and Amari admitted that he did something wrong on the spike, which turned out to be the out route. Is it easy in that moment to execute a legal spike, or could a lot of guys have screwed that up?
Just miscommunication, I think, really. Really, I'll leave it at that. There was just miscommunication. I don't think anybody screwed up. I'm sorry.
For Jacoby to recover
Okay.
and execute a legal spike without you guys having to take the flag on that, which could have cost you the game.
Right.
The fact that he showed enough composure
Oh,
to,
yeah.
even though he took that little step back,
Right.
the fact that he executed it, is that something that shows what kind of composure he does play
Yeah,
with?
great composure. Really, on game day, he's awesome to be with on the sideline. It's just business as usual, good or bad drives. He comes off. We talk through it. Very composed during the game. I attribute that to a veteran player that's played a lot of football.
10 in the league in completion percent. He's up there with some really big names. I know it might be a lot. Is there one thing you could really point to as a big success and why it's up there?
I think it's decision making is a big part of that, and not trying to do too much. We've always talked about take what's given. Defense will dictate where the ball goes. Don't try to do more than that, and he's really bought into that and is doing a great job of, getting the ball to the check downs, and then he also sees it clearly when it's time to push the ball down the field. So I think that's just a tribute to him and his decision making.
The fact that it's his highest percentage of his career, does that go to scheme then? Is it scheme that would enable him to
Scheme, players, play calls. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, but I just feel really good about where he is right now in our system, his understanding of what, is required from the quarterback position. He's playing at a high level.
Such a good start. Do you see him doing anything different than he did last year or the year before?
Smiling occasionally. He's tough to get to crack a smile, but no, I don't. I mean, he's just a worker that comes every day with the same attitude and same work ethic. If you watch practice when we get going, we're on the minus 45 and he's finishing plays into the end zone. He's a worker, and it pays off on game day, obviously.
As dominant as the run game's been since you've been here, these first 3 games?
We've had some good moments for sure, but I think we're all playing at a high level when it comes to the run game right now. Having Jack back in there and getting the band back together, I think we feel good about where we are up front with everybody. Like I said, the receivers are a big part of that, as anybody, the tight ends, but really happy with the run game right now where we are.
Chubb is averaging 5 more touches per game than he has in the past. Is that by design, or is it just happening?
I think it's just happening right now. We kind of get into the rhythm of the game and say whose series is this? Is it Nick's or Kareem's? But rarely do you hear, hey, keep Nick in there, let's keep him going. We just have a rhythm to who comes into the game. Just so happens he has more touches right now.
Seems like the sort of natural connection between Jacoby and Amari is a huge factor in why the passing game and those two guys are doing well together. Why do you think that sort of came together so quickly?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of discussions off the field, in meeting rooms, on the practice field, off to the side during special teams periods where they're getting the extra work, talking through all the scenarios that come up. What if they do this? What if he plays it like this? What do you expect? And it's just being on the same page. And I think that's that's what good players do when they get together. I mean, you get a good feel for how the receiver will respond versus certain coverages or certain looks on defense, and they talk a lot, so that's very helpful, obviously.
Amari seems like through 3 games, he's gotten open consistently. I know he's such a good route runner, but how much of that is also the run game and defenses not being able to put extra attention on stopping your number 1 guy?
Well, it definitely makes it easier when you're beating one guy and not two. When you have the ability to cloud to a receiver and play shell, defense behind it. It opens up the run game. So I think having the run game where we are right now, teams are more apprehensive to keep the middle of the field open and double a receiver. So definitely a benefit.
Joel and Wyatt are pulling for Nick. Is that like a thing of beauty right now?
It's pretty to watch. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, no doubt. Those guys are athletic for big dancing bears. They can get on the edge or they can push you off the ball. So it's fun to watch. Yeah.
Series between Kareem and Nick, just obviously not too much, but like how are those decisions made? Is that quick in the moment? Is it just this guy needs a break? Just that process?
It's kind of it's scheduled a little bit. Hey, we're going to give 2 series to Nick, and then we'll put Kareem in. Oftentimes it's whose series is this on the sideline. So we just kind of stay in that rhythm. Been other places where you'd ride a hot hand. I don't feel like that's the case here. We have 2 hot hands when they touch the ball, so feel really good about either back that's in there.
Where do you guys deviate from that
That's
schedule?
rare.
Do you anticipate the young receivers growing up over time, like maybe in week 6 or 7, the lights will really be on and they'll be humming along?
I think so. I think you'll see more production as the season goes on, as they get more comfortable in their roles.
Go back to the days when teams ran the ball more than they passed it, and that's what you're doing right now. Can you get there doing this, or is there a time where that ratio is going to have to change?
I think it's each game will tell you what that ratio will be. Obviously we love our run game, and that's where our starting point is with the wide zone. We've said that day one since we've come in here, and it's not a bad thing, I don't think, as long as the game dictates that.